Greetings everyone, this is Travis, your DM and the host of Dark Dice. We've been toiling away diligently in the darkness to wrap up our first story arc, Domain of the Nameless God, but today we have something really special, something different, and something that we feel is not only vitally important, but that might actually save lives in the real world, the one you and I live in. Today marks the start of Pride Month in the real world, a celebration of diversity, which is also a time of self-affirmation, dignity, a push for equality, and increased visibility of lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, intersex, and asexual, otherwise known as LGBTQIA+, people as a social group. Okay, but how does this connect? Dungeons & Dragons is a storytelling game that allows us to experience what life might be like as somebody else. So instead of an accountant or student, we can become mighty warrior giants, masterful elven wizards, brilliant lizardmen scholars, or try on whatever roles we'd like. This is the essence of role-playing and allows us a, generally, safe space to experience something new and maybe learn something about ourselves in the process. Today is an adventure of a similar kind, and we are briefly breaking from our show's continuity for a glimpse of something that could be. A potential future for one of our story's protagonists, should he survive the harrowing adventures to come. His name is Ias Inskeep. He's an adoptive father of 2, and in theory, he survived the story you can enjoy for free on our podcast feed, Dark Dice. And in theory, he's found his way to a new city to call home. After coming across a mysterious flyer, Ias will find himself drawn toward the realm's first speed dating event. He will go on 10 total dates, and the outcome of the story will be fully influenced by you, our listeners, instead of by dice. After you listen to the episode, we implore you to click on the link in the show notes to vote for who you think he should end up with. Voting costs $1 per vote, and we suggest a minimum of 10 votes. And you can vote as many times as you'd like until June 30th of 2020, and we'll tally the votes and release a follow-up episode based on who wins. But this is where it gets more interesting. The funds we raise will benefit the Trevor Project, a real-life organization and the world's largest suicide prevention and crisis intervention organization for LGBTQ, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, and questioning young people. Every day, the Trevor Project saves young lives through its accredited free and confidential phone, instant message, and text messaging crisis intervention services. A leader and innovator in suicide prevention, the Trevor Project also offers the largest safe social networking community for LGBTQ youth, best practice suicide prevention educational training, resources for youth and adults, and advocacy initiatives. So, your involvement will actually make the world a better place. But it gets even better. We also have put together a very special curation of extremely talented queer artists who are taking part in our artist auction, which can also be found in our show notes. Do you want to see your character or party illustrated? Perhaps an NPC drawn as a thank you for your DM? These wonderful artists, the best of the best from over 200 submissions, are donating their time as well to benefit the Trevor Project. So once again, you're helping do good in the real world while having fun. But it gets even better! A number of extremely talented dungeon masters and GMs, game masters, from your favorite streams and podcasts, including myself, are also donating their time and will be auctioning a one-off adventure for you and your friends. Once again, we suggest that you treat your regular GM and allow them to play in the campaign with Victoria of the Broadswords, Tall Squall of the Vice, Devon from Total Party Chill, Sean Howard from The End of Time and Other Bothers, our very own Rowena Volley of the Lucky Die podcast, Russ from Dungeons, and many, many more who are part of our DM charity auction. So please consider all of these really amazing things happening for the duration of Pride Month from June 1st to 30th, 2020. You can also find out more information at darkdicepod.com. Did I also mention that we made a unique web store on TeePublic with event-specific Pride Month merchandise that will benefit the Trevor Project? Well, we did. And we hope that you'll maybe pick up some of our amazing new designs there. So just to recap, you can be part of our socially distant Pride Month celebration by buying merchandise, by voting multiple times on who you want Ias to end up with, by taking part in our artist auction and getting a character commission, by taking part in the GM-DM auction to hang out with your favorite DMs, and by sharing the event with your friends. Again, we hope to expose you to new perspectives today and also to do real good in the world while having fun in the process. And again, all proceeds go to benefit the Trevor Project. So now, let's get on to the story. Dark Dice, Tiefling in the Details. The Gilded Den is a tavern in the Azure Kingdom, near the Multiverse Portal, where artists from around the world hang their paintings on every wall. It's a hidden gem where famous painters are said to display their works anonymously besides up-and-coming artists. Who owns the den? That'd be Gilzog the Keen, a very intelligent half-orc with a love of art. He's very entrepreneurial and shrewd, but I heard that he was talking with a regular patron, Fezziwig Bromstuttle, about hearing one too many pub-side stories of the lonely and sad state everyone's been in these days. Seeing an opportunity, the two of them came up with the idea to organize the first ever speed dating event the Azor Kingdom has ever seen. The speed dating event director is Fezziwig Bromstuttle, voiced by Dallas Wheatley, a gnome woodworker interested in helping spread happiness and bring local singles together. They are the charismatic one, as Gilzog is admittedly better at listening and interior decoration. Gilzog spent the entire month contacting all of their artistic associates and commissioning new romance-themed artwork, all of which was, of course, very tasteful and personally curated by Gilzog and Fez. Fez put up the flyers and talked the majority of the people into showing up, co-director, and a number of realm-renowned bards also volunteered to help tell stories. As something particularly special, a piano was brought in just for the evening to be played by the bards Stephen Malin and Brandon Boone. A huge thank you to everyone involved, but especially Dallas Wheatley, without whom this would not be possible. So thank you, Dallas, for making this a thing. So as the sun dipped lazily behind the trees in the distance and the main room began to fill, arriving fashionably late, a tiefling named Ias Inskeep approached. What did he look like?
So Ias is a tiefling, so he's got the horns, he's got the tail. He has scars across his face from what looks like an acid splash. He has a large scar across his throat, and he is not so much cradling his right arm, but he's certainly not putting a lot of weight on it, and that's sort of obvious, but it's okay. It just seems to have been a little bit damaged in the past.
Hello and welcome to the Gilded Den. I'm Fezziwig Bromstuttle and I'm running this speed dating event. Are you here for the speed dating?
Yeah, I am. I think so. Yeah.
Would you like ale or anything like that?
Please, yes.
I'll get that for you.
2, 3, maybe.
All right, 3 ales coming up.
Just to be safe, yeah.
And if you ever need anything, you just call for me. You can call me Fez. The speed dating will start shortly, so you can just grab a seat, and then I'll walk everybody through the rules in a minute.
Cool, thank you. Over here?
Yep, right over there. So you can take a seat right over there next to, I think his name was Uriel, yes.
Okay, thank you.
And what did Uriel look like? Voiced by Cecil Baldwin from Night Vale.
I'm a rock dude. I'm a total rock dude. Uriel is an Earth Ganassi. His skin is a shiny black onyx. He's very intense looking. He's built like a Marine or a modern-day Black Ops soldier. But he's really a nice guy underneath. He's big, intense, and has great posture. It's clear to anyone that he's an experienced military killer or a soldier. But he's also a little socially awkward. He clearly lives in the woods, so has sort of a Robinson Crusoe look. He's definitely not fashionable. In a word, he is rustic. He's made attempts to clean himself up, think a rich kid playing at being a hermit, but he's coming back to civilization.
Settle down. Welcome to the Gilded Den's first ever speed dating event. Now, before anybody takes a seat, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Fezziwig Bromstuttle, and I'm going to be your host this evening. The owner of the bar, Gilzog, has graciously loaned out the dining room for the evening for this wonderful event. Now, why don't you all give him a round of applause? Oh, of course, I know you're all so eager to get started, and I am too. But before we do, I just want to go over a few ground rules. Each date will last 8 minutes. Each contestant has been given a number. When the bell chimes, you will finish your current date and move on to the next table. Keep notes about which partner you like best, and at the end of the night, put your note in the box. If it's a match, I'll help you and your partner plan your second date. Oh, how exciting. I am so eager to see which one of you gorgeous people end up together. So, without further ado, find your tables and let's get started.
All right. Do you actually speak, or are you just a lump of rock?
I don't know. I do.
I think you just did, didn't you?
I did.
Okay. So, do you come here often?
No, I've not been here before, although I live nearby, sort of up in Spritewood.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, that's close. Yeah. So, what are you drinking?
What am I drinking? Whatever that nice troll brought over to me.
I'm on the ale, so don't know.
Oh, God. Okay, already. See, this is how this is going to go.
Kind of similar. Cheers.
Cheers.
So, what do you do?
Mostly, I grow mushrooms.
Mushrooms?
That's pretty much I do. I love mushrooms. I live by myself, and I harvest mushrooms like Agaricus arvensis and Agaricus augustus.
Yeah.
Agaricus benardi.
Wow, this is fun.
Yeah. I mean, all sorts of mushrooms. Oh, I've got other mushrooms, such as Boletus badius and Boletus
What do you
mirabaldus.
do with all these mushrooms? I mean, that's...
Generally I just bring them into town. I sell them, or sometimes I take them myself. I eat them. It's sort of my it's how I pass the time out in the woods.
Right. It's yeah. I mean, how quick do mushrooms grow?
It depends on the mushroom. Like your Bovisita is a general puffball mushroom.
Oh, yeah.
And it takes quite a while. But then other ones take a long time, like Canarthelus subidalis, which is sort of a chanterelle mushroom.
Yeah.
Those take much longer.
Right. And do any of them have any like magical properties?
Well, it depends on what you would call magical.
Well, useful, like healing.
Well, the nice thing about the earth is that the earth really is all healing. So many of these mushrooms, even though they offer some magical properties, mostly they're just good for eating.
If you don't mind me saying so, you don't look like a mushroom farmer.
Really?
Yeah. There's something about like the muscles and the onyx skin and stuff, which the way you sit in, it just looks a little bit like you've got some history.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, this is not the first job that I've had. I grew up in pretty strict upbringing. I've seen some shit, my friend.
Well, haven't we all?
It's true. And then I decided to walk away and find out what I really love, what I really love about the earth.
And that's mushrooms.
That is mushrooms.
Cool.
You have to forgive me. It's been a while since I've seen anyone other than myself, or anyone that I haven't had to dispose of or protect my mushroom farm from. So I'm a little bit out of practice in the ways of polite conversation here in this town.
Well, that's fair enough, I suppose. I mean, we've all we've all had stuff to do that we don't really want to do, and oh, that went down the wrong way. Excuse me. Do you ever I'm sorry, I'm fascinated with your skin. I mean, when bits of it come off, do you Is it like onyx? Can you actually sell it?
What?
Or
No.
Do you sort of buff your hands so you can see your face in it?
Well, I mean, I guess that's why I'm here, is to look for someone to buff my skin for me.
Oh, right, okay, yeah. Oh, I suppose, yeah, that's fair enough. We all have horns of one sort or another.
So what about your horns? Do they come off, or can you
Haven't you ever seen a tiefling before?
Not that I remember.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, no, they don't come off. No. Many people have tried. Do
you have to? If they get too long, do you have to clip them like a cat's claw, or do they get too long, or anything like that?
I think with the amount of stuff that's been cut or broken or shaved off with acid, I got quite attached to them. I haven't had to yet.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
So, have you ever had your horns caught in something? Do you have to disentangle it?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's loads of stuff, but one thing I really quite like doing is putting lights in them. That's quite fun.
Oh, that's nice.
So
that sounds festive.
Yeah, it's nice for the kids. Do you? I suppose you don't have kids.
I don't. Do you?
Well, yeah, I do, but
Oh.
no, they're not mine. But well, they are mine.
Oh.
They see me as as their dad. But
Oh, but you don't have them. You're not like keeping them in a cage or anything.
no.
like that.
What?
I don't know. You said you had kids,
Yeah.
but they're not your kids. So I figured, maybe you.
Well, I adopted
I don't know,
them.
had
I'm
some
not some
kids.
sort of crazed jailer torturer kind of thing.
That's good.
No. So there's my son Baron. He's a dwarf. He gets up to all sorts of hijinks, which is why we had to move here.
Like
And
what?
There's the other one who was a demon when I met her. So
Oh,
yeah.
well, now what is she?
Oh, she's normal. She's half dwarf. I say she's normal. It's sort of psychological scarring that, lots of us kind of have to deal with.
So she used to be a demon, but now she's not a demon.
Well, no, she was.
Was she possessed by a demon?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she feels better now.
Yeah. She was possessed, and it was while we were going to find my son and all the other kids of the village that had been. It's a long story. It's a very long story, but yeah.
Yeah, I hear the terrible twos can be really hard on a parent.
Oh, believe me, this was worse. I've got 2 kids. Basically, is the long and short of that.
Nice, excellent. That's good. I appreciate someone who is, doesn't eat children.
I try not to. But I tell you what, I know we don't have very much time left, but if you ever need a place to sell any of your mushrooms, then do drop by. I've got a little shop. It's just down the street. So
Oh, excellent. I will.
Feel free to drop by, say hello.
And I do have a pretty wide variety of mushrooms that do many different things. Not
right.
just magical properties, but also medicinal and recreational properties as well. So.
Oh, right. Oh, okay. Tell me more.
Oh well.
Switch
maybe
partners.
when we're.
Well, it's been nice to meet you.
It's good to meet you as well.
Thanks very much.
And with that, Uriel stood up and walked away. A mysterious figure approached, taking Uriel's seat. A dwarf, voiced by Steve Shell from Old Gods of Appalachia. What did this stranger look like?
Melvin of Clan Barlo is a middling dwarf of middling height, knows the middling ways of the middling earth, often overlooked because of his size and stature and the silver streaks of sugar that race down his once chocolate beard. Melvin is a vault of stories who does not go noticed until spoken to.
What are you drinking?
Oh, I drink what all my family drinks, the blood of the deep dark mountain distilled in bourbon barrels far beneath the soil and the crust of diamond-etched earth, and there it rests and lays an ancient... It's a double IPA.
Cool.
Pretty sure
Thank you.
it's,
Yeah. 2 more,
Galaxy
please.
and Cascade. Yeah.
Coming up.
You don't know what we're into, family.
I've come across dwarves before.
I'm sure you have, but I doubt you've met many of my clan, for there are few of us left that walk the dark ways, and even few of us that would talk to one such as you, and please take that as a compliment.
That's very kind of you. What clan are you from? Just to, just to be on the safe side.
My blood descends from the ancient clan Barlo of the deep burning black rocks. You should know our kind if you think back far enough. So you've nothing to fear from me, stranger.
Okay, well, just glad you're not one of those guild dwarfs. Any enemy of my enemy is a friend of mine or something. So, what brings you here? Do you come here often?
Oh, I come here more often than not, family. The shadows here lend for a hungry ear, and the stories I can collect add to mine and twist and turn in the shadows, and the more stories I can gather, the greater power I can wield, and the things that come to me are gentle and calm rather than ravenous and hungry, and I can share that gentleness and I can share that calm with those who might want to share a pint with old Melvin. That's my name, by the way.
Nice to meet you. I'm Ias Inskeep. So what do you do? Anything interesting?
Oh, I do what my father did and his father before him and his father before him and his father before him. I dig.
dig.
I dig into the deep dark, and I bring forth the treasures both of word and lore and stone and iron.
Do you need somewhere to sell the rock and iron stuff? Because I've got a shop, and always on the lookout for anything interesting.
Are you suggesting a wholesale arrangement, family? Because that's awful forward of you.
Well,
I mean, we just met, and you're already asking about carrying my wares. The wares of the clan Barlo are pretty precious and substantial in size and girth. So I would be very careful in being offered to handle those wares, because they are heavy as iron and deep and dark as the mouth of the Black Mountain. But yeah, if you want to, we could work it out. We could work out about a 10% commission and kind of go from there.
5%.
8.
7.5.
7 3/4.
7.
7.5, and you kissed me right here on the cheek.
You were just saying about me being forward
You're-
and handling your jewels and stuff,
not-
which were wide and heavy and...
Cultural differences. You're not a dwarf.
I know.
Yeah, so, all right, so 7 then. Be that way, fine.
All right, thank you. Cool, lovely. But you say cultural differences, but my son's dwarf.
Lovely. What clan does he hail from? Who have you mixed your blood with, family?
Oh, no. I haven't done any blood mixing for a long time. It was more adoption.
Oh, okay. So you fostered a young hammer.
Yeah. Thank you.
Did you raise him above the earth?
Yeah.
In the light of the sun?
Yeah, I did.
I may have to call social services about that, but let's not let that ruin our evening.
Well, do you have any children?
I never have brought forth spawn in this world. My role within my clan requires a certain focus and a certain solitude. Solitude would suit me, it would seem, in that particular venue.
I think it would, yeah, definitely. I better hurry up with that ale, because...
Melvin's gaze has been completely unbroken this entire time, unblinking, just black orbs peering at you, making you more and more uncomfortable as the interaction goes on. You almost sense that he would be drinking in anything you would say to be recorded, to be adapted into a story for later.
I just took 5 stress damage.
Yeah. Can you not?
Can I not what?
Can you not, look at me like that? Because...
I'm only looking at you because you're looking at me. Why are you looking at me that way?
Because you're looking at me.
I know what it is. Yes, this is actual silver woven into the beard. It isn't old age. It isn't time having its way with old Melvin.
Silver.
It's genuine alchemical silver woven from the hide of a Barlo dwarf.
That's really interesting. Is it like proper silver?
The beard hair of a middle-aged Barlo dwarf is worth much in the Underdark. It is much worth.
It really?
It actually will become bioluminescent in certain temperatures and can guide you to the truth in the light of your own being. All you have to do is stand at the end of a pit and talk, and let whatever lays there listen. And then the silver will grow and grow and grow.
Right.
But then wing night comes, and a man needs a triple IPA, so he has to come up to the tavern and talk to pretty things like you.
Right. Yeah. I can see that might be difficult. So you can grow silver.
Pretty much, that's what I said, yeah.
Yeah, just had to check because I sort of zoned out there a little bit.
The voice has that effect if you just lean into it and listen to the drone and listen to the sound of the crickets and the wind and all the beasts that sleep deep beneath the surface.
I don't really want to think about the beasts that sleep beneath the surface. I've had a little bit of I've had some problems with them.
But they're sleeping, family. They're cute.
No, they're not.
They're adorable. All 17 of their limbs wrapped in a gelatinous wisp cage of never-ending shadow and whisper. They're just adorable. Look at them. They're just kittens. They're just kittens, family.
No.
No? Not a cat person, then?
Not really, no. No, not really an animal person in general, really, because it's been... we had to move quite quickly away from... stuff and animals that weren't quite so cute and cuddly and friendly.
So wait, you've seen stuff? and things.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've seen stuff and I've seen things and I've seen... Yeah.
You should tell me of these things. You should come closer so we can talk of many things.
Yeah, this table's really quite nice in between us.
So no lap time then? Setting a boundary there.
Yeah, I just think it's one of only just met, you know.
It's fair. I respect that. I respect that.
Thank you.
So you've asked me many things, and I have fed you much knowledge. So what brings you here, family? What brings you to this bar this night? To what demons do you need to drive with that strong drink from your crinkled and enticing cranium?
Crinkled? It's not crinkled.
It's a dwarf term of endearment. Go with it.
Okay, right. Yeah, no, I was just, looking for, new place, new city, and thought I'd have a little look around, like the music that the band's playing, settling back, shooting the breeze, seeing who's around, really.
And the silver we could grow, but sorry, so you could, I'm sorry, you were saying.
I'm more interested in the fact that the silver can grow. I've never met anyone that can grow silver before, and that could be quite...
You've never met my master, my patron, who I deliver my stories to, the things that they can do. All from the silence and convenience of a deep, dark place, and all you have to do is lean in and let everything flow forward.
No. Come on. You're still being really forward here. That's too much.
Forgive me, family. I'm old and rusty in my ways, for the darkness has kept me many days, and you get lonesome deep within the mountain with only the voice of madness to talk to and only the sleeping vapor slime venom scorpion kitten cats to pet while they rest.
Yeah.
Sometimes a man just needs another man, or biped, or quadruped.
Yeah,
I'm not Centaur exclusive, it's fine.
What?
Switch partners!
Well, look, it's been awful nice meeting you.
Right.
If you ever do grow any silver that you want to, sell on, just come by the shop and I'll sort you out with that.
Well, if you ever want to get sorted out proper, head to the third turn in the second pass back toward the Black Mountain. Call out your deepest childhood fear and cry the name of the first relative you ever saw die, and old Melvin will come find you.
Cool.
Be well, family.
Thank you. Goodbye, Melvin.
As Melvin got up to depart, next came someone new, played by Katana. What does this person look like?
The person across from him, her name is Tin. She has sort of cat-like eyes that are blue, and she has green hair that's straightened in the front to sort of frame her face, but going then back is a well-manicured, coily hair texture that stops above her shoulders. She looks as though she's tabaxi, but it's not really like a fur all over. She doesn't have a tail, she doesn't have paws, but more in just she's got this deep russet skin and these cat-like eyes and a slightly cat-like mouth and nose, but all of it is very altered to have a very specific aesthetic. It's all very smooth. It's not as animalistic or organic. She is wearing just incredibly formal wear. It's very exquisite. It drapes her body perfectly. She looks like she's been intrigued by the entire evening. She's having fun, like she's learned things. She's learned things from everybody in the room, and she looks equally as eager going to the next person to see what they're all about.
And that person is Ias.
Good evening.
Pleasure.
Right, I have to say you're dressed very nicely indeed. I'm Ias Inskeep.
She puts out a hand sort of lazily in front of you and waits for you to take it.
That's a very nice hand. Is that a ring? It's a nice ring. Where's that come from?
From myself. A little treat along my travels.
Oh.
My name is Tin.
Tin. Right, okay. That's nice. I hope that ring isn't made of tin, though.
That's funny. No, it's solid quartz, actually.
Solid quartz. Very nice indeed. Is there a story behind it, or?
I think it's a nice conversation starter. I think it shows that I have taste, and it reminds me of my power sometimes.
Power?
Oh, yes. And she actually reaches down to like a small satchel at her side and pulls out an ornate hourglass. It's got this red-pink glass that it's made out of, but you can still see the sand within it, and it's covered in gold filigree, and she flips it and sits it down on the table. Don't worry about that. That's just for me.
I don't tend to like things when people say don't worry about that, and I've never seen one before.
You've never seen an hourglass before.
I've seen an hourglass before. I know the sort of things that people get up to with them. So could you just say what it's for?
Do you ever get bored, Ias?
I try to keep myself amused wherever possible.
Sometimes I get bored of how I look or how I'm feeling. And that's just sort of a little reminder that I need to switch it up every once in a while. If I don't do that, then my boredom will just rack up and who knows what will happen.
Right. I better make sure I'm interesting for you then, hadn't I?
I sure hope you are.
Did you meet that dwarf guy that just kept... Melvin, that just kept on talking and talking? Blimey.
I could listen to him talk for hours. I feel like I was being given somebody's life story. It was delicious, wasn't it?
That's one way to put it, certainly. I don't think I was eating quite as much as you were, but there we go.
Everybody and their feelings and their stories, it's just like a balm to the soul.
Okay, so you're another storyteller then?
Collector is more accurate. I'm not as keen on sharing my own.
Oh, right. Why's that?
There's just too many, and they're all past lives. You know? Too much information. They're not who I am anymore. Who I am changes so frequently. What's the point of educating somebody on my past?
Okay, that's fair enough, but how often do things change then for you?
Depends if I like how things are going. Sometimes a couple years in the same path, and sometimes not more than a week.
Wow.
Life is, meant to keep you intrigued.
Well, yeah, I can certainly see that. But surely, if why would you come to a place like this for a night like this if you could change to someone else next week?
I'm a fan of keeping myself surrounded by people that intrigue me in the moment. If I'm being perfectly honest, I have no intention of a romantic relationship with anybody, but rather I make acquaintances and we find other ways to bond. Mm-hmm. More of a, I suppose you'd call it a physical partner.
Okay.
I am only really interested in relationships in terms of the sexual aspects. I think everybody has their place to give, and there's no point in me lying about that and promising a romantic escapade when it's just not my style.
Okay, that's very open of you.
I think it's important to be that open.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. One quick question though.
Shoot.
You said that you like to change things up every so often. Does that mean how much change do you mean? Do you change gender?
I can sort of change however it is I'm feeling at the time. For the most part, I am comfortable as a woman. I enjoy it. I love the feeling of femininity and worship and beauty. But there are some days, there are some months even, I prefer the other side of the spectrum more, and I have the ability to change that as well. It's really all about respecting yourself and how you feel, and honoring that in every way that you can. And sometimes your partners are into something, and it might not be always, but I like to accommodate that and keep things interesting. Again, it's just another part of the bonding experience.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I can understand that. It's just a bit... I'm trying to get my head around this. That you seem to be after a sexual partner for the moment.
If I meet the right person, and I'm more than willing to, because I've lived so many lives at this point, I'm kind of feeling like I should force myself to settle, you know what I mean? But if I find the right person, I mean, we could be that forever. We'd be more like friends that do some other stuff on the side, but I'm sort of here as a gauging of interest, I guess you could call it, because I don't know if it would work out. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but if I could find somebody that was interested in the same things that I am, I think that it would be a really meaningful path to go down.
Right.
We've been talking a lot about me. Can I ask, Ayas, why are you here tonight?
Well, I just moved here not so long ago. I've got a little shop down the street. I've got my 2 children. I adopted them. One's a dwarf, one's a half-dwarf. And yeah, basically I've been on a lot of adventures, a bit too many, and I'm just wanting a bit of the quiet life and just someone to pass the time with and have a drink with, and maybe something more, you know?
You adopted 2 children without a partner.
Yeah.
She pulls a bottle of wine out from her bag and just sort of gestures it at you with a cock of her eyebrow.
Beer before wine, feeling fine. Wine before beer, feeling queer.
Queer is the word to use for this night.
Well, that is very, very true. Very true indeed.
What do you sell exactly?
I sell whatever comes into my shop, basically. Whatever I can find, whatever there is a market for.
And what's the weirdest thing you've had?
In my shop?
Correct.
You know, I once had a magical harmonica that only played songs backwards.
Oh, I would have done anything to get my hands on that. Did you know I play the harmonica?
Do you really?
It's my favorite instrument.
That is really quite interesting, because I do actually...
Switch partners!
Save me, Dallas.
Travis was dying, and I was just like, no,
I was watching, I was enjoying it.
No!
She just scoops the hourglass back in her bag and stands up and says, I genuinely feel changed by meeting you, Ayas. It's been a pleasure.
That's very kind. I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening.
She just smiles and walks directly past him.
As Tin departed, a new figure approached, who was voiced by Cole Burkhardt, a voice actor and the producer of the Piece of Cake podcasting network and the Null and Void podcast. What did this person look like?
Oh, goodness. Zideon is a Triton, so they've got this deep blue skin tone to them. He also has this very light, neon, long, flowing locks of hair. I think they show up to the date in a, black fur kind of bomber jacket coat with a glorious pink-lined hood and lining. Very, very tight pants. Some very cool, combat boots. Also, just very prominently on their face is a same very light neon blue handlebar mustache. They're a very pretty boy. All of the starring they have on their face is just is probably just for the aesthetic, half by accident, half aesthetic, and is very long flowing locks and oh, dazzling, I guess.
Evening.
Hello. How are you? How are you doing tonight?
Doing quite well. You're very blue, if you don't mind me saying.
Yes, it is. It is a trait I tend to have just on the usual. I'm sorry, I didn't get your pronouns before we start.
Pronouns?
When you are referred to as a person,
yeah.
What general pronouns or characteristics would you like us to use?
I'm a tiefling. I'm a man.
Cool. So, like, he, him?
Yeah, I guess.
Cool. Same here. If you do feel comfortable, I also use they, them pronouns, but, like, it's not, like, a huge deal to me.
So, hang on. So, he, him, and they, them?
Yes.
Right, okay. If you don't mind, I'll just refer to you as you.
That is perfectly acceptable.
Cool. So yeah, do you come here often?
Oh, you know, I occasionally. What about you? How do you? I'm not this bar.
Yeah, it's quite nice. Yeah, I just recently moved to the area. You know, stuff happens. You have to move, and just thought night off from the kids and come and have a little look around.
I completely understand that. Sometimes you need a break from the kids because, you know, they can be such a handful. I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, one of mine. He's not actually mine. He's adopted, but he gets himself into scrapes, which is how I came to adopt the other one, who was kind of possessed by evil when I got to know her. So yeah, that's
Sorry, hold on.
Yeah.
One of them.
Yeah.
One of them is evil?
Well, no. She was just possessed.
Okay.
And yeah.
She's still possessed?
No. She's fine now. Well, as far as I know, but
because you know I have just a lot of experience fighting evil things. If we need to, you know.
No. You do not lay a hand on my kids. Thank you very much.
Oh no, of course not. I just, you know.
Yeah. So do you have kids?
Oh no, can't stand them.
Yeah, no.
You know, I'm sure it's something on the table in the future, but you know, I'm a fighter. I'm more about, you know, going out there and laying my life on the line for everyone in the kingdom.
Cool. Is it hard to move in those those things you're wearing?
You know, sitting down is a little bit easier than I don't normally wear the pants when I wear pants, but I don't wear these pants when I'm fighting.
They look a little bit tight. That's all.
They're a little snug. But you know
I can see how snug they are. Yeah.
I think Zideon fully does not know how to respond to that, and just like takes just a real big sip of their ale.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers to tight pants.
I'll drink to that. So what do you do when you're fighting?
I cast magics. I'm
cool.
into all that evocation and fire magic and whatnot.
All right, okay. That's kind of useful.
You know, a lot of people not a huge fan of being set on fire, I've found.
Yeah. I can imagine that. I mean, it's seen worse, but yeah.
Yeah, it's a little. You know, unusual actually for me to be because I'm a Triton. You know, we're from the water and the ocean, but I've got like fire magic and, you know, sometimes setting fires.
Yeah, how does that work?
Setting fires underwater is certainly a skill I've had to learn.
It's I wouldn't have thought it's sort of a natural environment for that.
It's a lot of like bubbles and stuff instead of like fire, and like I can make the area warm. It's much more impressive on dry land. Trust me, I've fought millions of monsters on dry land, like owl bears and you know, I fought a dragon and
I've been there, done that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cool. So you're the person to ask for when we need a nice warm jacuzzi.
Yeah, you know, I can certainly create bubbles and stuff for that.
Cool.
You know, it's certainly not the most impressive thing I can do. You know,
right, okay. Well, go on, hit me with the impressive stuff that you've already shown in the past.
One time I was going to the bank, and there was this bank robber, and they were trying to rob this bank, and I, in the heat of the moment, as you do, released some powerful magic, and I melted the entire reserve together, and then...
So in order to save the bank, you melted the bank?
Well, banks are inherently evil corporations, so I think I accomplished 2 goals in one. I stopped the bank robber, and I also...
But if banks are evil, then wouldn't you want the bank robber to, like, succeed?
Well... Zideon just takes a swig of ale. So tell me about some of the impressive things that you've done in your life. What do you do?
Well, at the moment I run a shop. It's a really nice little shop just down the way. There's stuff that I would rather not talk about, but I suppose one of the most impressive things recently was going on adventures and saving kids from an evil demon deity thing.
Yes, I love fighting demons. They're so tricky. You know,
Do you melt them as well?
You try, and a lot of demons are apparently fireproof, which was real interesting to learn.
Maybe you should put them in the bank.
Yeah, a lot of demons in the bank, actually, just naturally, which is something real surprising to learn. A lot of things you can learn from just watching a demon in their natural habitat.
Oh, that's very true. Yeah, very true.
Yeah, love fighting demons. They're real scary up close. They got those like fangs and the like crawly skin. And of course, I'm sure being an adventurer like me, of course, I am. So
moving on. So what brings you here tonight?
I just wanted to share this glorious night with someone fascinating, and I haven't had to date in a while.
So you've this is your newly single then?
No. I'm not. I am single, but I'm not newly single. But
you said you haven't had to date for a while.
Yeah, because you just get busy adventuring and exploring, and there's not really places.
So what have you explored then?
I've been everywhere. You name it. I've been there.
Okay. Have you been to Almata's Hope?
Oh yes, love the place. It's very hopeful and awe-inspiring. It's real small place, but it's got potential.
Oh yeah. Do you like the fact that there's that nice big temple on the hill?
Oh yes, love temples and religion and all that worship. It's really something to get you going.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's told me everything I need to know, really.
Switch partner!
Well, thank God.
That was brilliant.
As Zideon walked away, a new figure approached, voiced by Nala Wu, an artist, activist, and writer. Nala, what does this new person look like?
Caelia Soong is a average height fey creature. Their skin is a tanned, more humanoid color, but it glistens with glitter. They're a little shimmery. They have a scar on their right eyebrow, and their right eye is also a striking ice blue. They're pretty stocky for Fae, and they are wearing fairly fancy clothing, lots of piercings. Their right earlobe is stretched, and there's what looks to be a tooth of large beast put through it. They have long, straight, black hair that they are wearing just tied back in a loose bun at the nape of their neck. And they've got a goatee on their chin. And they're wearing heels.
Okay. All right.
Hi.
Hi, yeah. Do you come here often?
Not particularly, but it's nice to meet you.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you too. You're very sparkly.
Thank you.
Don't mind me saying.
Yeah. I'm Caelia Soong.
Oh, hi. Ias Inskeep.
Where are you from?
I'm from around, but I've travelled, but recently arrived here. Set up a shop just down the road, and just thought I'd come along out and see what's what. Really, assuming you live here, or
No, I'm from far away.
oh right, okay. How far?
That's the weird thing. I don't quite remember, but
You don't remember?
no, I've been traveling for a very long time, and some very strange things have happened to me since then.
Okay. Cool. Well, as long as you don't ramble like some of the other people I've met here, then tell me more.
Well, I've been traveling across the plains in search of wonderful stories, and you certainly look like you've had incredibly terrifying yet wonderful, life-changing experiences.
Well, yeah, you could say that.
Can I buy you a drink so I can ask you about them, if that's okay with you?
Oh,
of course.
yeah,
If you don't mind me asking, what happened to your arm?
Yeah, a few things happened to that.
Refill here.
But a lot of magical healing, so that was good. There was an incident with a bunny lady that was, mad. And
A mad bunny?
No, a mad lady of bunnies.
Oh.
It wasn't fun. And now I'm here.
I pull out a notebook, and I'm gonna just start just writing. It doesn't necessarily look like I'm taking notes on the conversation, but it just seems like something that I do as like a...
What are you doing?
Oh, it's...
What's that?
I'm a storyteller, and it's not... I just kind of write.
It's already taken me a lot emotionally to get to this point where I'm actually telling someone completely.
No. It's not about you. It's just you could call it a nervous habit. I write poetry and
Oh, right,
things.
okay.
I tell stories. That's what I do.
Cool. Is any that you want to share?
Well, I did write a poem recently. It came to me just as I was sitting one night at camp. If you'd like to hear it, I can read it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Go ahead.
I'm gonna flip a couple pages back, and there is a poem hastily scrawled onto one of these pages. It's called Moonlight. Pale moonlight shines through cold silhouetted giants. Silence sings tonight. I'm hidden here amongst the thick underbrush where I once saw her. She is beautiful. I will always wait for her. Time does not exist. She is trapped inside an intoxicating cell never to escape. Fingertips of rose call out to me longingly. A singular breath, and then she's gone. The iron trees laugh at me, shroud me in dense fog. I will be back tomorrow.
Sounds like an interesting camp.
When you've been around for, a while, it helps to create stories and share them.
Yeah, it's true. Don't you think, though, that sometimes people want to leave behind the stories of the past and just live with what they have?
I suppose so. I've got a rather interesting situation, you could call it, but,
Is this something to do with the fact that you can't remember anything?
Yes. Throughout my travels, I have... when you just are minding your own business and somebody comes up to you and they're like, "Oh, hi," and they talk like they know you, but you have absolutely no idea who they are. Has that ever happened to you?
Yeah.
It happens to me a lot. A lot. And they swear they had some experience, like we talked in a shop once, or I helped them. Lots of things that I definitely didn't do. But that's perhaps...
I've met some heroes tonight that have been talking about the heroic stuff that they definitely didn't do.
I swear I've got, like, I don't know, doppelgangers out there or something.
That must be really annoying.
It's strange. I've been trying to just figure out what happened because, I honestly can't remember, where I grew up, who my parents are. I don't remember my hometown. I don't... It's weird, but...
So you write everything down so that you can remember it?
Partly, yeah. It's a lot of just, and I'm gonna flip through the pages in this notebook to show him some of my sketches, some doodles, and just lots of notes. And as I'm flipping through it, you just see lots of notes on environment, people, just random quotes pulled out and scrawled down, and lots of poems and one-liners and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, it's, yeah. But what's the point?
I don't know, I feel like there's something much bigger than me out there, and I just kind of want to find my own purpose in life, That's part of why I came here tonight, too. Because I just like to meet people and hear about others' experiences and get to know people.
Yeah.
I'd like to know, do you have any hobbies besides, traveling?
Hobbies? Well, I run a shop and I've got a couple of kids, so that keeps me busy.
You have children?
Well, they're not mine. They're adopted.
Oh.
So, yeah.
That's awesome. How did you come into the care of these kids?
One of them, and this is a funny story, which isn't really a funny story at all, but one of them was possessed by a grand evil that we had to defeat, and
good heavens.
And her family died while all that was happening, so yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So I've been taking care of her ever since. She's half dwarven, and my son is fully dwarven, and I found him when he was just an infant. Something bad happened in the mines, a tunnel collapsed, and he was the only survivor. I grumble about him a lot now, he's a teenager and all, but he's really kept me grounded over the years. Gave me something to work towards and look forward to, but yeah, we're a little family and it's been nice. We only recently just moved here.
Do you ever worry about, adventuring and your kids and being worried about what would happen if you...
I try to do it as little as possible now, to be perfectly honest. I've done my time.
That's understandable.
Yeah, especially given what happened in the last one. So yeah, I think I'll live the quiet life for now.
Why did you come here tonight?
Well, I just thought, night off from the kids. Well, honestly, my partner died about a year ago. We'd only been dating a short while, but you can understand that it, I really don't want to get into all that, but suffice to say, I'm ready to move on. It's something I just, yeah. What are your pronouns?
They, them. I appreciate you asking.
Right, cool, yeah. Yeah, I just learned that tonight, so, yeah, figured I'd ask,
Yeah, if you have any questions about me or any of that sort of thing, I'm open to answering any of your questions.
Yeah, why?
Why they, them, or...
Why they, them? Yeah, why? What? Why?
Well, part of it has to do with the fact that the idea of gender is very... I don't know, it seems very, forced, and, I don't really identify with any gender. The term that I actually use to describe myself is agender, which just means not having one.
Right, okay.
But, I don't feel like a man, but I also don't feel like a woman. So I'm just me. I'm I'm Caelia, and that's all.
Right.
I mean, I could ask you the same question. Why are you a man?
Why? Because it's what I feel. It's who I am.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess, yeah, that's just how I feel as well. Not a man, not a woman, just neither.
Right, okay.
Definitely.
So what kind of a relationship are you looking for? Because, like, how does, that work?
What do you mean?
Well, like, if you don't have a gender, how do you do, like, stuff?
Like, sex?
Stuff. Yeah, well, yeah.
I mean, just because I don't have a gender doesn't mean I can't have sex.
Well, I don't know, because it's like it's all very new. I only learnt about pronouns tonight, so I have no idea.
Well, I can enjoy sex just as much as the next person. It's I don't know. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I know it's really personal, but I feel like I've been taking a few risks, so maybe you might be willing to as well.
No, you're fine. I might say, well, I also have sexual organs. And gender is not tied to your, I suppose humans call it your sex. Gender is not tied to that. I enjoy sex just as much as the next person. Of course, only if my partner wants to have sex, but...
Switch partners!
Oh, it's time to go. It's really nice meeting you.
Thank you very much for your time. I've had a really lovely conversation. Thank you for opening my mind.
I hope to maybe hear from you again. And I get up and I walk away.
Caelia departed, and someone else came to the table. This mysterious person was played by Zaman of Caravan. And what did they look like?
So this other mysterious stranger, whose name you'll learn shortly, is Joe. So I picture Joe having dark brown skin and a mix of brown and gray-white fur, big sideburns, heterochromic green and blue eyes, and various lingering indents on their brow and ears from studs in their goth phase. From when they were younger. Also, I'm gonna just say that it's probably a full moon tonight. Just throwing that out there. That might affect things here or there. Hi. All right. Oh wow,
Hi.
You're much handsomer in person.
Oh, that's very kind of you. Thank you very much. You've got quite the sideburns.
Oh, so you noticed.
Must say. Well, could hardly not, and those are quite amazing eyes, if you don't mind me saying.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Likewise.
Oh, thank you. So I'm Ias Innskeep, and you are?
I'm Joe. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. I think, given what I've been through the rest of this evening, I should probably start by asking your pronouns.
Oh, sure. Well, I'd say most of the time they is fine. I would say, right now I could probably go for he, but, the night is young, the full moon is out, if I slip away to the bathroom and come back looking a little bit different, she is perfectly acceptable. I hope that's all right with you. That's not a deal breaker, is it?
I don't quite understand. How do you actually change gender?
Oh, sure. I mean, is that a problem? I'd like to say it's a choice, but the thing is that sometimes, around a certain time of the month, I just start to feel a little different, and I might get a little bit hairier.
Well, that's not necessarily a bad thing.
Exactly, right? Sometimes my nails get a little long, and I get a little long in the tooth.
Are you trying to say that you're a werewolf?
Oh, wow. Okay, it's that obvious, huh? Okay. Yes.
Was that?
Yes, and yes, I am.
I'm sorry. Do you not use that word or something like that?
I prefer lycanthrope. That's the more politically correct term in the community. But
right.
If
I had no idea.
No, I'm used to it. It's fine.
Okay. I'm really sorry.
No, please don't be. In fact, you can call me anything you like.
Very, very eye-opening evening for me all round, really. So, you were saying earlier about she when you're in wolf form.
Oh, sure. So, sometimes my voice changes a little bit when I, become a lycanthrope. And, I just feel like a different person. It's a whole different set of experiences and way that I move through the world. And frankly, I just feel beautiful when it happens.
Well, yeah, that's fine. I mean, I can get into my head that you would have a completely different set of senses when you're in lichen form.
Oh, yes.
Versus when you're human. It's just I'm just still having a bit of a difficulty with different genders in each form. That's all.
Maybe I should order something. What are you having?
I'm on the ale. It's really good.
Oh, right. Is it a pale ale?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Oh, they rhyme. I'm a fan of rhymes. I have to be a bit of a poet, I should mention.
Oh, that's nice.
I'm a bit of a laureate, if I do say so myself. I wrote some in a previous darker phase of my life, but when I look back on it, it's really my magnum opus.
We've all had previous dark phases of life, but if you're a laureate, then I'm happy to be an audience. So yeah, fire away.
Oh, sure. All right, let me just stick this in real quick. And please feel free to snap along at any time. If you are so moved.
Okay, yeah. I'm ready. Yeah.
I call this poem Darkness. Inside me, there are two wolves. One is sorrow, the other is pain. This curse of living in no sunshine, only rain. I prowl the night, I seek home in the dark winter. Rain clouds pour, wolves are endlessly running wild, running lustily, running for fleshly pursuits, running carnally, running hornily. Help. I'm running to somebody beautiful. It's always you. That's it, that's the poem.
Well, I've heard worse.
Oh, okay. All right, wow, all right. That's a lot to take in.
That's just
That's
just
okay.
my humor. Don't worry. I was enjoying it.
No,
I really was.
It's all right. I understand it's not for everybody. Not everybody gets it. And you know what? Maybe I was a little self-absorbed. I've hardly asked you anything about yourself. I didn't even ask what your pronouns are. Maybe because I'm not especially picky when it comes to gender or who I date. But I'd love to learn a little bit more about you. Tell me, what are your creative pursuits? Did you have a goth phase when you were growing up?
I think probably the less said about my growing up, the better, really, because there were some bad times, and more recently, I've been on a few adventures. I've got two children. If we're going to talk about deal breakers,
all
but
right.
They're not mine. I adopted them, but well, they are mine, but they're not mine.
Okay. Would you say people call you daddy?
I could get used to that.
Okay, well, we can make that happen.
Excellent. So
Beer for you and one for you. Oh, look, is that the moon? Oh, it's such a beautiful night, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely. In fact, if I'm just gonna freshen up really quickly, if that's all right with you.
Yeah, sure.
All right, I'm just gonna get. Oh my
gosh!
No,
It's all right. It's all right. It's fine. It's
sorry.
fine.
Oh,
Yep.
sweetheart, you just
God,
leave that.
it's
I will clean it up.
everywhere.
No, don't worry.
Gil, do you have a mop?
Yep. Oh my goodness, I am so embarrassed. This always happens when I am nervous around beautiful people. Okay, I'm just going to go. Sorry, but the restroom is that way. Oh.
It's over there.
Is it gender neutral?
Behind
Yes, it's a gender-neutral bathroom right in the back,
Okay,
right there,
great.
sweetheart.
Okay, great. All right, cool. All right, I'm just gonna run in there real quick.
Behind the curtain over there.
Here's a towel for you, Ice.
Okay, well, maybe my humor wasn't really the thing.
A new figure emerged from the gender-neutral bathroom a few moments later, also played by Zaman.
All right, so I picture essentially Jo is a bombshell when she emerges from this bathroom as this like gussied up werewolf. So like she's got like her fur like in this like beautiful like coif, and she's got like I don't know like her fangs under her lipstick coming out, and she's I don't know like in something a little more comfortable. So she'll step out and she'll go, "Oh, is this seat taken?"
Yeah, there was a guy sitting there just a couple of minutes ago, but he spilt his beer everywhere and... Oh...
Hi, I'm Jo. Part 2.
Okay. Can you, like, change at will? Or...
That's a great question, I like to say that I can change at will, but sometimes, on nights like these, the mood just overtakes me.
Right.
And I just feel like a woman.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. But...
Speechless? It's okay. I understand. People tend to be when they see me like this.
So I've heard that lycanthropy is like contagious through a bite or a scratch. Is that the case?
Well, it can be, but if you use protection and you're careful, everybody can have a great time. Some people like a little nibbling and they turn out just fine.
Right. And if you
Do you want to try it?
I think it might be slightly off-putting for my kids.
Oh, well, it's not all prowling through the endless night, hornily and carnally. That's a reference to my poem from earlier.
I know, I was listening.
Sure, we are pack animals. Sometimes we raise excellent families and we take excellent care of our own. Some people call it a curse, but I consider it a blessing.
I can see how that could work. All that aside, what do you do with your life? What keeps you busy?
Well, I'm a patron of the arts. I write a lot of poems. I also happen to, slay a few demons here and there. I happen to be, quite the paladin / warlock, but we don't like to talk about the warlock part. I had this little bit of a phase when I was younger, but for the most part, I'm on the bright side, up and up on the, on the level these days.
But were you always a lycanthrope?
Okay, so I might have dabbled in some darker arts when I was younger and fallen in with some unsavory types, but that doesn't mean lycanthropes are unsavory types. When I got to know the larger community, it was really quite wholesome.
I wasn't saying anything against lycanthropes at all. I was just wondering, like, how you came to be part of the community, that's all.
Sure. I mean, as a tiefling, I'm sure you get strange looks from time to time.
Oh, plenty.
I'm just imagining what you would look like as a lycanthrope, and let me just say, it is even more dashing than you are right now.
Oh, that's very kind of you to say, but surely we can't get too horny.
Oh, we can't?
And, well, I've got plenty of horn for everyone, really, haven't I?
I was just going to say. No, you're absolutely right. We've been drinking, darling. We mustn't.
And of course the tail. I don't think I could do with a shorter tail than what I've got now.
But what if that tail was the same length it is right now, just hair?
Well, I suppose there's plenty of things that you could do with that. really?
Exactly.
Couldn't you?
Switch partners.
Eyes, I know this has been the shortest date ever. Too short, one might say. But I would love the chance to see you again, because I think there is so much more I could show you about this wonderful, vibrant, furry community.
That's really very kind. I've very much enjoyed the chance to have a chat with both of you.
Likewise, with just the one of you. Stay wild for me.
As Joe departed, they were replaced by the form of someone shorter approaching the table. But who were they? They were voiced by Sean Howard from The End of Time and Other Bothers, Fable and Folly Productions, The Axe and Crown, and Alba Salix Royal Physician. Sean Howard, what did this person look like?
So Jonn is a halfling, short, even for a halfling standard. I wouldn't say overly slight. A little bit of a sitting around drinking too much mead, not doing enough exercise, kind of. Thin-faced, ruddy complexioned. Oh, I'll say halfling again.
Right. Evening.
Evening.
Right. How are you? Having a good evening?
Oh yeah. You?
Yeah. It's been really quite. It's been quite eye-opening, has to be said. So, do you come here often?
Oh yeah. No.
Okay.
First.
And what's that you're drinking?
Oh, well, I just nursing one of these giant meads they have here.
Right. Yeah. I can see how that would be giant.
My name's Jonn.
Oh,
and
yeah. Sorry. I'm Ias. Ias Inskeep.
Iasenskeep. Oh, full names. Right. Jonn Barber.
Oh.
At your service.
Pleased to meet you.
I don't know why I put the at your service at the end every time. It's just something we do as halflings, at your service.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And so what are you looking for?
What?
Well, in this evening, what are you hoping to get out of it?
Nothing really. Just here. Well, my name was put in. It wasn't me. You see, my mom wants me to move out of the house, and she's like, "You really need to meet someone." So she put my name into this thing, and but happy to meet you. Here to serve. You look like you've seen a lot of. You're a fighter.
The scars are they're old injuries, but I've done. I have to say I've done a bit of fighting in my time, but I try not to anymore. I moved here wanting to just start a new life.
Yeah. Those memories hurt, It's awful. I know.
So does that mean you've seen some adventuring yourself, or?
No. I'm just I just help about people, friends, family. They come back. I'm sort of the member of the family that helps everyone. Just easy to talk to. They say. I don't know why. I'm quite awkward. Server.
Yes.
Yes. It appears my friend here he's already drank his giant mug. I'm still working on mine.
Yes, would you like a refill, Ias?
I would love one, yes, please. Thank you very much.
Would you like anything to eat?
Yeah, just the house special, if there is one.
All right, server, back off! Come on! He's mine! Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
You boys have fun on your date.
Thank you. Right.
I don't think it's a date. It's just
so you say you help around the house and help people when they come back, but what do you do for like for fun?
Fun. There's this game with cards.
All right, yeah. I like a good game of cards.
Oh, really? So, there's suits, you see, and if you get the Chancellor, that's 13 points. But you don't want the Chancellor unless you give the Chancellor to someone, and then they give... Oh, I'm babbling again.
No.
It's called Chancellor.
I think I've heard of this game, actually. Yeah.
Oh. Well, it's me and my mom. We'll play once in a while. And me mates. I'll hang with the mates. Play a bit of cards, drink some mead.
So your mum set you up on this whole evening.
She says... You're 55. It's time to meet someone, she said.
55? You don't look a day over 12.
Oh, please. spilled my meat. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
All right, here we've got some cobalt scale chips with salsa and some salted catfish. That's the local catfish. And oh, did you spill your meat, honey?
Yeah.
Don't worry, Gil. We need the mop again.
No, it's okay. It's fine. Thanks. Thank you.
Do you think he can have a refill as well, though? Just, top him up a little bit. He's 55. He can handle it.
Coming right up.
Thanks, Iris. So, are you thinking of settling down?
Oh, yeah. Well, I've got my 2 adopted children.
Oh, children.
Yeah, is that a problem?
No. No. I'm told I'm great with kids.
Oh, I'm sure you are, especially as you said you help everyone at home and
Are they
all that.
bigger than me?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, one's a dwarf, one's a half dwarf. Yeah.
You know those dwarfs, they just grow like trees.
Yeah, they do a bit, but it must be what I'm feeding them.
Yeah, it's the catfish. The salted catfish.
Yeah, it is very good catfish. As you said, I've had my adventuring days, so I think I'm due a settling down. So I have a shop just down the way, and
shop.
Yeah.
Oh, shop. Your own place?
Yeah.
Oh, like just yours. No mother.
Yeah, that is the case.
Please take me, please take me. I can't take the mother anymore. Please.
Could you get off? Could you get off my foot, please?
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I got a little excited there. It's the meat.
Yeah, I'm sure it is, and the mother, I suppose.
Yeah. Oh God.
Are you two like a package deal, or?
No, we're not. Nope. I go separate myself. The mum stays home.
Right. Tell you what, I think I've probably got a few things in my shop if you ever needed to get her out of the house.
Oh, right, like code, wink, out of the house.
Well, if you want it to be code wink out of the house, or it could be just out of the house.
You're not talking about killing my mother, are you?
No.
Oh, okay. Just making sure before I said something stupid.
I mean, if you want that to be...
No, she's me mum.
And you love her very much, I suppose.
Oh, yes, just done with her, you know?
I can understand at the age of 55, you might be...
She's gonna live to 1,000, so... I'm never gonna get rid of her.
And how old is she now?
We're not allowed to talk about it, so, you know...
But
300, I think.
Right. Okay, yeah. Sounds like you could do with moving out.
Yeah, well, you know,
Why haven't you moved out already?
Oh, well, are you offering?
Right, it's, let me have some more of the ale and I'll see, but...
Sorry, I just misinterpreted their,
You know you can move out on your own, don't you?
Well, yeah, I tried that once, move out on my own. Got my own little, tree trunk house, one of those abandoned big, they convert it. It's a tree condo.
Oh, yeah. And what happened?
Well, it went good first, then I got lonely, and then my mom started coming over, and then she moved in.
Right. Sounds like you could, I do have a few things that could help get your mum out of the house.
Really?
For indefinite lengths of time.
Oh, well, I might be interested in such a thing. I might be able to pay you back, somehow.
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
I'm not sure what I'm saying. I'm just gonna drink my meat.
John Barber took 5 stress damage.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had meat, I must say.
Oh, do you want to trade? Here, you have mine, and I can pull yours over.
Let me give you a hand there.
Oh, thanks.
Yes, sorry. That shouldn't have landed on your finger, but
Ooh, well, that's intense. That's a good drink. Huh?
Yeah.
Grows on you.
Yeah.
Gives you chest hair, I'm sure.
I didn't expect you'd be doing any more growing.
I grow where it counts. The personality.
Don't we all?
Yeah. I'm just gonna take my meat back if that's all right. I mean, I liked your drink, but yeah, it's more my.
Yeah. I fully understand.
Your hands have seen a lot of stuff. They're scarred.
Yeah. There's there were some issues with some acid, and Yeah, being a parent... Oh, sorry, that's probably a bad subject for you. But...
No, it's okay. As long as you're not a mother.
No.
Okay, yeah, you were saying acid.
Yes, which is on sale should you need some. But as I said, I'm pleased that part of my life is over now, really.
Oh, yeah. What's it like to kill someone?
Easier the second time.
Okay, easier second time. Yeah, I don't know how you do that. I feel everything so much.
Yeah, it was not fun. I mean, it was them or us, but yeah. And there's watching someone else die, which is... That's not fun either.
I suppose it never leaves you.
Try to move on where possible.
Right.
I think it is possible to move on, but sometimes it takes time.
I'm sorry I brought it up.
No, it's okay, because I've had help. I've tried to get through things, and I don't think that I'm defined by the experiences I've had.
Like a crucible. Changes you, but you're still you.
Oh, yeah, it definitely changes, but it's a matter of how much you let that affect the day-to-day.
Right.
Because, as I say, there's been a lot of very, very dark and very bloody stuff that I would not ever want to put anyone else through ever again.
Well, hopefully it's all behind you now.
Yeah, exactly. So it's very nice to run the shop and watch my two children grow up.
Yeah. No, you should be fine. It's running a shop. No story ever starts with someone running a shop and then next thing you know, they're on an adventure.
No, that'd be stupid, wouldn't it?
No, just a shopkeeper, minding your own business.
Yeah, and then
little town.
Yeah, then something big happens and you got to go and nah.
No, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Well,
so,
if you ever wanted to go get a drink or something, without my mum, just leave her at home. Leave her at my home.
Well, that'd be very nice. And do feel free to hop down to my shop. As I say, it's just down the street, and it'd be nice to bump into you from time to time.
Oh, right. Just bump into, just happen to be there. Just you open the shop door in the morning, and I'm just there by happenstance.
Well, yeah. We'll see.
With a bottle of whatever it is you're drinking, maybe.
That sounds lovely. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Well, I'm sure you've got a lot of important people to meet today.
I do think that everyone is important.
Can I just touch your hands? Can I just touch your hands?
If you want to.
Yeah, don't mind. I'm just gonna hold them. You've seen a lot.
Yeah, they really have.
Oh. And I'm afraid there's more to come. But that's enough of that. You should enjoy the time
Switch partners!
Oh, there it is, the bell. Oh God, I have to go meet that Amazon next. Wish me luck.
Good luck. Lovely to meet you.
Same. I'll just lift this mug off the table. Okay. Have a good day.
Next to the table was a character voiced by Frankie Larson, the writer, mental health advocate, and graphic designer. What did this very interesting person look like, and what is their race? As some might find it confusing.
So Warforged are constructs that are sparked from magic, and they're created, and they're kind of sort of like a take on a robot, is the best way that I would probably describe it. They're bald, and they are a mix of silver and copper. Large, mostly metal, very metallic looking, beefy, and has a bunch of little trinkets on their fingers, and has all these like little copper rivets, like they kind of look like freckles across their face.
All right, evening.
Hello. What is your name?
I'm Ias Inskeep, and you are?
Ias, it is nice to meet you. I am 81, but you can call me Addie.
Thanks, Addie. So, what brings you here tonight?
I am trying to find love and a partner. but mostly a partner.
Oh, this is brilliant. Sorry, this is out of character. This is brilliant. I love it. So, love and a partner are not, like, the same thing?
No,
or...
I don't enjoy being physically touched, really. It doesn't feel good to me.
Okay, what would you want from a partner/lover?
Someone who is there. Who, when I need it, can oil the places that need oiling, but not often. I can usually do it myself.
As can we all. So what you're wanting is some sort of maintenance person?
More than that. I think I would like a friend who is there. And who makes me laugh. I like to laugh.
Okay. How would you describe your sense of humor?
I have not dissected that yet. I will think on it and get back to you later.
Okay, cool. So what do you do when you're not looking for someone to oil your joints?
Ooh, I like to dissect things. I don't know why I was created. Maybe this is not appropriate first date talk, but I've been trying to find purpose lately, and I don't know why I was created, but I think it is to dissect the magic of this world, which I have been doing a great job of. And a lot of times I find that it makes a lot of sense in tinkering, like these rings I've made. And you see their fingers are just covered in all these little trinkets and rings that seem to spin and whirligig and all kinds of cool little movements, and it looks like there could be, some of them could pop out or do weird things, you know.
Those are very nice rings, I have to say.
Why, thank you.
I own a shop, and if you ever wanted to sell anything, then I can quite happily, we can work something out.
Oh, do you think people would buy them?
Absolutely. Oh, and they're lovely. I mean, look at that one. What does that one do?
Ooh, this one is a knife.
Yeah.
And she clicks it, and it flips out, and it has this little, tiny little pocket knifey little pokey.
Now that is definitely something that people would want.
It's not great for stabbing, but it is good for eating.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, it looks cool. And some people just need things that look cool.
Are you telling me that I look cool?
Well, yeah, you've got the whole copper metal thing going on, but yeah, it's good.
Why,
it's
thank
good.
you so much. I don't think anyone's ever said that to me before.
Oh, well, you should get out more.
Well, I tried to tonight. Talking to 8 people is exhausting, and I am tired.
Oh, tell me about it. There was this dwarf earlier on that just talked and talked and talked. I hope you haven't had to sit through him, have you?
I don't believe so. I tend to avoid very loud people. I can't hear myself think when someone is talking over me.
Yeah, I can understand that. So, dissection then. What have you dissected recently?
Oh, just the magic of the universe. I sit and contemplate a lot. I spend many hours meditating. I haven't really come to any conclusions, but I think I'm right and ready for a breakthrough.
Cool. It's nice to be able to have a schedule like that.
Yes, it is very open, very clear. I like my life a lot. What about you? I realize I am not asking questions. I am very apologetic for that. What do you do?
Oh no, that's quite all right. Don't worry. Well, I as I said, I have a shop. I look after my 2 adopted children.
Tell me more about your children. I love children. I would like to have some of my own someday. I don't really know how that works, but I think maybe I could create them if I needed to. How did you come to adopt these 2?
Well, my son Baron, he's a dwarf. We met in the mines when he was an infant. He'd lost his parents, and I just happened to be there when it happened. I basically raised him to be my little anti-theistic shopkeep apprentice. And my daughter, Ord, well, there was a whole thing, and basically the entire village's children got stolen away by an evil force.
Oh, dear.
And I had to go and be part of a group that got them back. And she was possessed by a demon and immense evil and all of this kind of stuff. But yeah, she's fine now.
Oh dear, so you're a hero.
No. I'm just a single father and a shopkeeper.
But you saved her.
Well, with help.
Well, I think that makes you a hero.
That's very kind of you. And that's more or less why we live here. And as I say, we've got the shop. It's been quite useful actually this evening. I met a mushroom farmer, so I'm hoping to get in with them, and if I can have some of your trinkets and rings as well, that'd be fantastic.
Yes, I would love that. I would love to come visit the shop as well.
So, just off the top of my head, do you die? Is there a...
Oh, yes.
Is that it? Okay, right. I don't know these things. That's the trouble. But, what do you want to be remembered for?
When I die, I think I would like to have a statue built of me. Maybe made of the same metal. People might get confused. It might look too much like me, but I would like to be remembered for my tinkering. And it would be great, too, if the statue had some of those things that I've made on them. That would be good to be remembered by.
So, basically, would you prefer to make your own statue, tomb, grave thing?
It seems self-indulgent, but I like the idea, so yes.
You know how you, dissect the magic of the universe and all? Mm-hmm. Oh, I didn't ask what you were drinking, by the way.
I don't know what Warforged drank. Do they eat and drink? I didn't even look at this. Okay, I have a good answer. I am drinking pure ethyl alcohol. I find the cleaner it is, the happier I am. I tend to cry with mixed drinks, but also not great for first dates to cry on them, I have learned.
Yeah, well, it's not often that I get to date anyway, so...
Me either. This has been really nice. Thank you for joining me
Switch
today.
partners!
Oh, no, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much. It's been very interesting to meet you, and I hope you find someone as unique as yourself.
I think I am very interesting, and I will find someone who is also very interesting, and we are interesting to each other.
I think so.
As Addie stepped away, it was not one, but two individuals who joined the table. Voicing these next characters are Jakob Bernardino of Total Party Chill and the production manager for the San Francisco Theater. Also joining Jakob is Sebastian Crane, an artist. What do the two strangers look like?
So Charlie is middle-aged for an elf. He is wearing a pair of glasses and his hair's tied back in kind of a loose bun. It seems like he came here from work, so he's kind of wearing like an old-timey school teacher's uniform, like tails, ruffles in the front, with maybe just the first 3 buttons unbuttoned on his shirt, because he's like trying, he's getting loose with all the booze that's flowing.
Torin kind of looks like similar to Charlie in age, just like middle-aged for an elf, which is, I guess, like 300 or 400 years old. He has really hard mutton chops on his face and a really thick mustache that's like salt and pepper brown. Like kind of imagine Tarzan's dad, but an elf. And then he's also wearing suspenders and his shirt is like slightly open like Fabio, but more medieval.
Is this seat taken? Because it looks like you two have already found each other.
Oh no, we're together. We're looking for a third. Please, sit down.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, hello. I'm Ias.
I'm Charlie. This is my husband, Torin.
How do you do?
Hello there. Yes. Yeah, well, having a good evening?
Very good.
Fantastic. We're hoping to make it a little better, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
3 times better, perhaps.
Yeah, I think I do know what you mean. I've not seen any other couples around here though. It's slightly interesting.
Is it uncomfortable for you?
To be fair, I've been exposed to quite a lot already this evening, so no, it's not uncomfortable. It's just different to what I've experienced so far.
Well, that's a beautiful place to start. When we kind of decided to open up our relationship, it was kind of uncomfortable for us at first, just kind of establishing rules and lines, but once we kind of figured it out, it's developed into something really beautiful that we can both share.
Okay. So do you have like long-term partners or just people that come along for a short time or what?
Both.
And we kind of look at each other.
Yeah, like life is like a river with many different tributaries, and we would just like to explore as many things as we can, really just wade in the water, experience new things. We're going to be here for another 150 years. We might as well kind of try everything, if you will.
I suppose longevity has its benefits in that instance. Do you want a drink, or...?
We're parched.
I could have a wine.
So, Ias, would you like another ale with that?
I think I'm going to need another couple, or three.
And you boys? I thought I heard somebody say wine.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Make that 2, please.
2 wines and an ale. Coming right up.
I said 3 ales, but never mind. So what do you guys do then when you're not here?
Well, I teach.
Oh, right. What do you teach?
Mostly younger children, arithmetic, languages, things of that nature.
Fair enough. And you?
I lay bricks.
Right, okay.
He sure does.
I was going to ask if you erected anything recently, but I think probably you have.
Sure, I've erected many things. I've built a schoolhouse in the past week. I've built someone's home. I built a beautiful home. Listen, the brick industry is really booming in this town.
I haven't seen anyone sling bricks the way that Torin does.
Well, enough about us. What about you? What do you get into?
Oh, I run a shop just down the way there. That's me. I'm a single father of 2, adopted father.
Oh, children. I love children.
Yes, we all enjoy children.
How old are they?
They're both adoptive, but Baron, who's my son, is 12, and Ald, my daughter, is 10.
Those are the best ages, when they really start to become people, and have personalities and opinions and can speak to you in complete sentences. It's like a friend.
Yeah. And then a little bit further on, then they have too many opinions and too many voices and too many eyes and too many of everything, really.
But isn't that sort of a father's job, to nurture all these things?
Well, yeah, it is. Which is probably why I'm looking around for someone that might be able to help me. You said earlier that you sometimes have long-term partners and sometimes short-term partners. What are you looking for tonight?
Well, we did start our arrangement in a threesome. It was supposed to be a temporary affair, which sort of grew into something more meaningful as the years went on. Unfortunately, we have yet to create such a union with another as we did before, and we're hoping that we could find someone to complete that trio.
Okay. And what's keeping you from stopping at 3? Would 4 happen, or 5, or a full adventuring party?
Well, let's start with 3, and then we can talk about getting into 4 or 5. It's baby steps, It's not like you have to learn how to walk before you learn how to run.
Well, yeah, I see that. So I'm just trying to still...
5 would be a lot of running, more like a marathon.
A foot race.
Yeah, just trying to get my head around how it all works. So, do you, take things in turns, or what?
Well, we could go in turns. You could go all together, perhaps 2 mainly, and then another 2 later on, and depending on how the wind blows, it could be a
circle.
Bit of a circle, if you understand the metaphor.
I'm still intrigued as to how you found out that this is what you wanted.
Well, I realized when I met Charlie that I wanted to be with him for the rest of our very long lives, but at the same time, we realized that we would be here for a while, and there were so many different people and experiences that we wanted to allow each other to have. And I think that integral part of our relationship is fostering each other and encouraging each other to develop as people, learn things. And I think that the best way that we were able to do that is by meeting other people and involving them with ourselves.
Okay, but I can see...
We really learned a lot about ourselves, and when we brought that third into our relationship before, it was sort of a growing experience for both of us. We didn't expect for this to happen, but that's just sort of where we are now.
Okay. Because I can see how getting new friends over time, because there are quite a lot of people that go for monogamous relationships, but it seems crossing that boundary between a friend and more than a friend.
Well, it's not really a competition of the relationship, if you understand what I mean. we kind of see incorporating more people into expanding the love that we already have.
After all, what are romantic relationships, if not friendships, but more?
Yeah, I liked what you said about it being an exploration and allowing each other to find out more and to discover more and to share what you have. It's just something quite different for me.
Different is good. Different means growth, different means change.
Well, that's true. I've certainly seen that a lot tonight. A lot of new. A lot of growth as well.
So what else are you looking for, might I ask?
What am I looking for? Well, like I say, someone to... or someone's, I suppose now. I'm going to have to think about that. There's been a lot of adventuring, a lot of moving, and there comes a point in any tiefling's life where he just wants to settle down and rest for a bit, really.
And what would convince you to do that, settling with us?
I don't know. It's not something I've tried, but that's not to say that I'm against it.
Well, if I might say so for myself, this has definitely been the most fun experience that I've had in my long life.
True. Sometimes we go out individually and try to find someone for the other.
Mm-hmm.
So you go out and matchmake for each other?
Sometimes.
It's kind of like deciding where to eat for dinner, you know, kind of what the other person likes, but it might not necessarily align with what you like, but sometimes if they like it, you can present it to them, vice versa.
And do you have any other hobbies like that?
Well, I like to macrame.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah.
Charlie's a wonderful macrame artist.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Torin.
The couple clinking the wine glasses together.
I just really love creating things. I'm a builder, you see.
Okay, yeah.
Making things with my hands at my workshop is where I feel most at home.
Oh, right. And what's the best thing that you've made? What's the thing that you're most proud of?
Well, I built Charlie's schoolhouse, and I think that is really an intersection of so many beautiful things in my life.
That's pretty cool. Now that I think about it, there's some repairs that could be done on my shop, actually. Thinking about it, the roof's leaking a bit.
Give him your card. Give him your card, Torin.
I can fix that. And I slip my card across the table.
Fantastic, thank you very much. That will come in quite useful. There's some things that keep on getting rained on. I should put a plant there, in fact.
So, you know, Charlie and I, in our relationship, we want to be completely transparent and completely open. So we would love for you to tell us what kind of relationships you have been in, just so as we're kind of continuing this process, we can make an informed decision.
Right, well, nothing too heavy, but I did once have a thing with the mayor of the village that I used to live in. He was called Delvin. But otherwise, not so much, really. I've led a bit of a life that doesn't really allow for much in the way of relationship, if you get my meaning.
No, not really. Are you a traveling salesperson?
No. It's just that before I moved to that village, there was it's a time that I don't really like to talk about.
I respect your privacy, but I mean, a relationship with a mayor, that sounds quite scandalous.
Oh, no. He was a lovely guy. He just happened to be mayor. It's not like I was trying to get anything out of him.
Time's up. Switch partners.
Well, if you're looking to explore, you know where to find us.
Well, yeah, I've got your card, haven't I?
Ta-ta.
Oh, thank you very much. Love to meet you.
You as well.
You too.
As things were wrapping up for the evening, Hyacinski moved toward the final date. A small mysterious figure, voiced by Sean St. Pierre. Can you describe the final date of the evening?
Jess, a forest gnome, on the shorter side, especially for a male, about 3 foot 2 inches. Wears monk's garb, but there's a lot more flair to it as well, just because they're a little extra. So there's a bit more like color to it, more exaggerated and everything like that. Seems almost wizardly, but it's a weird mix to where it just confuses people. So they have a little bit of a mohawk going right now, but it doesn't have any styling gel in it, so it's just flopping to the side, and it's neon blue right now. Just because they felt like it. That's delightful. And a little bit of facial hair, just a little tuft on the chin. That's it. That's all they can grow. And they're very proud of it. In fact, they stroke it pretty often as they're going around.
All right.
Hey, what's going on? I see you've already started on the party right there.
Oh, what, you mean these glasses? That's just the... You're very colourful.
Oh, thank you. I really do try. I'm glad you noticed.
Well, it'd be a bit difficult not to, really. Even with dark vision, I'd be able to pick you out of a crowd in a darkened mine.
Does that mean maybe we're hitting it off a little better than I thought we were?
Well, let's not go too fast. Why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself? Let's start off with your name.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm Jess Menrildal Ekal Shnep St. Edwards the 27th. How about you?
Ah, yes.
That's a great name. I like it. Easy to call.
Yeah, what do your friends call you?
Just Melee. Yeah, it's almost there. It doesn't really give it away. But at the same time, the 27th is a little bit long. So I figured I'd just cut that part out. Get straight to the point.
I can see that you had 26 ancestors that didn't really have a lot of imagination.
Sadly. Hopefully next time will be better. I seem to be the one with a lot more flair going on.
Well,
you should have seen my mom and dad.
Oh, really?
No, they were the type to wear the full-on wool with the pitchforks. It's kind of...
Oh, you mean like the habits with the scratchy habits?
They do have really weird scratchy habits, but no, they were more like hobbits. But they weren't hobbits, they just looked like them.
Right, okay, yeah. So, where does your flair come from then?
Oh, well, you see, I may not look like it, but I'm actually pretty good with magic.
Are you really?
Yeah, my mom doesn't approve.
Yeah, well, that's what mothers do. Well, apart from this one guy that I saw whose mother was just... Well, yeah, I don't think we'll go there, actually. But suffice it to say, I don't think the boy's best friend was his mother there.
Oh, okay. Well, I can completely understand with that. Moms can be a bit of a... Whew. Oh, wait, this is just Mother's Day. Ugh, I should probably send her a letter.
That sounds like a plan. Yeah, so...
Spoilers, this episode was actually recorded on Mother's Day.
So, where should you go from? Yeah, so, have you been having a good evening? Met anyone interesting?
I mean, no one as interesting as you. I'm kind of interested in what's going on with that arm there. That must have some pretty good war stories behind it.
Oh, yeah, that's certainly does. I mean, that is, let's just say it got mangled a few times and it got healed a few times, and, you know, nothing is ever quite the same after you've broken it.
See, my sister has a little something like that too, but, that's a story.
Well, we've got a few minutes, so, unless you want to talk about a story that you have, rather than your sister.
Well, I mean, it was the first time that I really played with magic, so it is a little...
Oh, go on then. Let's hear it.
You see, there once was a boy who wasn't quite a boy, but he was a boy. And he liked to play around in the forest. But his sister also liked to come along, and she liked to climb trees, swinging through the trees like a furball. And so she swung around, and of course, they weren't actually vines. They were branches. And so she fell. So I figure I would put, a little something soft, some snow. Except it didn't turn into snow. It turned into lava.
Oh, ouch.
I mean, she's fine. She's got a little burn, a little something, but it's fine.
How much shy of 100% burns?
She's fine.
I do take it that you've improved since then?
Yes.
Okay.
I tend to dabble. See, I got a little something here called thunder and lightning. He's totally flexing right now and pointing with both fingers, and little sparks just came out.
That's quite impressive. Can I have a little squeeze?
Oh, yeah, here you go.
That's, a little bit charged there.
Oh, yeah, that's a little bit to do with the monk training, but, I'm glad that you find me electrifying.
So you've trained as a monk, then?
Oh, yes, absolutely. You see, I happen to be trained under a secret clan of desert elf monks.
A clan of secret desert elf monks.
Mm-hmm. And he's totally wiggling his brows right there and leaning real close in.
Why are you wiggling your eyebrows like that?
Well, you've obviously never heard of them, so I'm pretty sure they're pretty secret.
Well, yeah, but you just told me where to find them. They're elf monks that live in the desert.
Yeah, but which desert?
Yeah, so what brings you here tonight, then?
Well, just life in the Azure Kingdom. It's pretty fun and all, and I'm a pretty good mercenary. I have a lot of fun helping people out and, fighting things. But just every now and again, I just get lonely, okay?
So, just picking up on what you said there, you're a mercenary, so you go out adventuring and things like that?
Yeah. I actually just, mostly help people get from town to town.
Okay.
But sometimes, they need a little help in a dungeon, getting some treasure.
No, I was just thinking with your mercenary stuff and your treasure hunting, then if you ever need somewhere to sell your goods, now that I've moved here, I've opened up a little shop. So if you need to sell anything, or if you need to buy anything for your journeys, then do feel free to drop by.
Well, that sounds like a second date to me. So you have a shop, so what kind of shop is it? Tell me more.
Well, it's a shop for a little bit of everything, really. Whatever people want to sell, whatever people want to buy, I'm there to facilitate that kind of transaction.
Anyway, so is that arm still any good at, say, wrestling?
I think I prefer to go with my left arm, if we're doing any kind of wrestling.
Alright then, I happen to have a pretty good left arm.
Okay, we're doing this then.
Lucky stroke, it's just because I'm not left-handed.
Nor am I usually, but, needs must. Well, that was fun. Do you want to buy me a drink?
For that one, I think I will. Alright, Fezziwig, I think I need a whole bottle.
Sure thing, honey.
Are you going to drink out the cap or something?
No, I was actually going to have most of it, but you can have some.
Oh, that's very kind. One thing I neglected to ask you earlier on was I've been learning a lot about pronouns this evening. Do you have anything specific?
Oh, yes, I happen to be, he, him, his.
Right. Okay, I can...
How about you, darling?
Well, same, yeah.
So learn about pronouns. That's a pretty big step. Tell me more about that.
Oh, well, it's just a few of the people that I've met earlier were they, them. There was a he, she at one point, depending on what phase of the moon was in. So, it's not something I'd really come across before tonight.
Side note, I really need to hear that one about the phase of the moon. Well, that's exciting. It's not very often that people get to fully experience everything on that side of the spectrum. I'm glad that you're getting a bit of an educational experience out of it, but how do you feel about it? If you don't mind me asking.
Well, it's... I suppose I now know that other people have different feelings and want to be known and seen differently. And it's a matter of courtesy to understand that and then work with them.
Would you ever date somebody that was going through all of that?
Yeah, I mean, it's about the person, not about, societal constructs.
That was probably the sexiest thing I've heard all day.
Well, that's very kind of you, but it's not up to me, is it? Really, it's about how other people feel comfortable, and I don't see how that is a problem for people.
Sorry, I'm crying inside. That was so beautiful.
Really?
Yeah.
They're actually crying as well outside.
It's not very often that you hear someone who's willing to accept something outside of their typical view and word it so well. And I think that was absolutely beautiful.
That's very kind. I just thought I was being, a person.
Well, I think you excel at being a person and maybe might, wink wink, excel at beating, something a little more. So how good are you with that left arm?
I can win an arm wrestling contest on the table.
How about in a bed?
I can't say that I've tried recently, which is why I'm here tonight.
Switch partners.
Oh.
It was very nice to meet you.
It was very nice to meet you.
Melly the 27th.
Well, I do like that. You can just call me Melly, though.
Thank you.
By the way, you ever want to adopt kids one day?
I already have 2.
Huh. Well, it was nice meeting you. Thank you for probably the most enjoyable sit-down that I've had the entire night.
That's very kind. Thank you very much.
Thank you for listening to today's episode, Tiefling in the Details. Please be sure to vote on who you think Ias Innskeep should end up with. Please be sure to check out our artist auction, our Dungeon Master auction, and of course our TeePublic store, which has a lot of Pride Month themed art. Very tasteful. A huge thanks to our extensive cast, our musicians Stephen Mullin and Brandon Boone, and our mixing and mastering engineer Marisa Ewing of Hemlock Creek Productions. Again, a special thanks to our guest director and co-producer, Dallas Wheatley of Fireside Folktales. This has been a Fool and Scholar production. Please be sure to check out the show notes for the full list of credits. There are many people involved who made this possible. If you or someone you know is feeling helpless or suicidal, please contact the Trevor Project's Trevor Lifeline 24/7 at 1-866-488-7386. Counseling is also available 24/7 via chat every day at thetrevorproject.org/help or by texting 678-678. Thank you all again for listening. We'll be back with our regular horror-filled episodes in July.